Welcome to our presentation on blockchain voting. We came up with a way that the blockchain technology can be applied to democracy's most important element. But first, how do elections work? This is a complicated question due to the differing forms of governments around the world, and not all elections being free still to this day. For our purpose, we'll focus on democracies. The structure of the election is also very important. Are we voting for a candidate like a president, senator, or mayor? Or are we voting on a ballot proposition, which directly enacts or removes laws? Finally, the method of voting. Traditionally, voters would go to a location on a designated election day and cast their ballots in person. But now we have some different ways to vote. Vote by mail consists of voters receiving their ballots in the mail, filling and mailing them out to be counted. Absentee is the same thing, but for people out of state, abroad, or in the military. For both, they must be mailed out before a certain date. So where's the problem? The first is transparency. There's little transparency once the votes are cast and behind closed doors. Modern elections are also susceptible to security breaches, such as hacks and tampering with the results, threatening the integrity of the election. Finally, time. With the implementation of mail-in ballots and audits due to the lack of trust, elections have gotten longer and less efficient. This can all be linked back to a lack of innovation within the voting industry, as is explained here.
I would say it hasn't changed a whole lot. It's been at least the way that I've interacted with voting. It's always been, through going to a physical location, presenting myself and voting in a booth, on paper.
Everything is on our phones and computers. Why not voting? A blockchain is a decentralized distributed database that is shared among the nodes or users of a computer network. As a database, a blockchain stores information such as transactions electronically in digital formats on blocks containing unique cryptographic hashes and timestamps. Bitcoin's blockchain structure is shown here. Each block contains information about the previous block, leaving blockchain resistant to modifications or hacks. Blockchains are best known for their crucial role in cryptocurrency systems, such as Bitcoin, for maintaining an immutable and decentralized record of transactions without the need for a trusted third party. Traditionally, in order to send money between two people, an intermediary or third party was required to process the transaction. Bitcoin is using blockchain to remove that third party to make the transaction peer-to-peer and trustless. Bitcoin disrupted the financial system just as we hope to disrupt the voting industry. In our case, instead of transactions, votes would be recorded on individual blocks, leaving the votes immutable due to the activity of the nodes. Using this technology will not only make the process easier for voters, but it can also make elections more secure in a time when trust in the elections is at a low point.
He just wrote, I think, a paper where he discovered that electronic mechanism for voting give more security and increase the participation and change the results.
So this is the opening interface for our blockchain API. From this page, you'll be prompted to either sign up or sign in. Here we're doing the sign up. On the sign up page, you'll enter personal information such as legal name, address, and social security number. This allows our database to confirm your identity with the state or federal government. After this registration verification, you will be allowed to log into the interface. Some additions that we could anticipate would be using biometrics such as Face ID or a fingerprint scanner to increase security in the app. Once you enter the interface, you will be presented with a welcome screen, including links to your ballots on the left-hand side, local and federal election information catered to your location on the bottom, and live statistics on voter participation in ongoing races. In the top left-hand corner, you will find a menu screen which can bring us to the About section. This About section not only showcases information about us as a company, but also shows the users the transparent and secure nature of blockchain and how it is being used in our system. This allows voters to have faith in the blockchain technology instead of putting their faith in a third party, such as an election official. Finally, we get to the ballot. Just like on a paper ballot, you will check the box for who or what you want to vote for. Once you are comfortable with your decisions, you can press the vote button and your vote has been cast into the blockchain. I bet you are now wondering, what does this solve? In order to see that, let's bring up the problems that modern elections face again. This solution would improve transparency by taking away the third party that can account for human error in tampering of election results. A large part of the transparency of this system would come through voter education of the new technology by the election authority. Secondly, security. Due to the blockchain's immutable nature, elections would be more secure, allowing voters to sleep well at night knowing their ballot is safe. And then, time. Because of the blockchain's lightning-fast transaction rates, elections would no longer carry over to the next day, because once the final ballot is cast, the totals would be presented. In modern elections, voters must deal with long lines in person and difficulty voting by mail or absentee. This would fix that problem. With this application, they will be able to vote from any location with a fast, secure verification and without having to worry about the issues previously discussed. This trust gained through vote security between the electorate and our API would decrease political tensions and increase the general trust in the election authority.
Making sure that people think the numbers are properly calculated is at least as important, if not more important. Because when people lose faith in the election, then the whole country can fall apart. And so that's a big thing. Even if blockchain is a way to help make sure that every result is real, that it's going to be a big selling job, to make sure that people understand that these numbers are real.
Such an increase in trust, which serves to make voters more confident in the validity of the election, would also greatly improve overall participation, further facilitating a productive, democratic, and free societal structure. Thank you.